China's government work report is out, setting the course for the first year of its 15th five-year plan. Now, this might sound like a complicated political document, but really, you could almost think of it as a roadmap for the trends we can expect to see in China. So let's dive right in. We're going to kick things off with the GDP target, which is usually considered to be the star of the show. China's aiming for economic growth of about 4.5 to 5% in 2026. While this target is still one of the highest among major economies, it also helps bring stability to a world economy facing turbulence.
It shows that senior leaders want to be flexible in terms of both the domestic and international challenges and want to have some policy flexibility.
We see that towards the coming 5 years, the growth is more going to be qualitative than quantitative.
So how will China get there? China plans to keep pushing for a more proactive fiscal policy while maintaining an appropriately accommodative monetary policy. The orientations highlight policy continuity and offer further assurance to the global economy. What are the key tasks? One of the main goals for this year is to further boost the domestic market. Now, when I'm shopping, I need two things. First, I need some spare cash. And second, I need the confidence to spend it. Programs like the Trade-In for consumer goods had me spending countless nights looking for cool gadgets online last year. And this year, I'm sure I won't be alone in this spending spree, especially since there are plans to lift incomes for low-income groups, increase property earnings, and improve social security.
Boosting the demand, and all the announcements that have been made on the demand side is something that is very welcome.
Of course, boosting domestic demand isn't just about buying more, it's also about improving the overall consumer experience. For those of us living in or visiting China, this translates to richer, more convenient, and overall just better experiences. Plus, it means more chances for international businesses to tap into the rising demand here.
It is an excellent opportunity for our companies, especially medium and smaller American companies that are not yet here, to arrive and establish in China, to invest and benefit from an ever-growing, exponentially growing consumer market.
China aims to foster new growth drivers at a faster pace. When I look back on the past 2 years, AI has transformed how I learn and work. I've enjoyed sitting in a driverless taxi and even flown up in an unmanned drone. Those were all incredible experiences, and I honestly have no clue what to expect next. But I imagine there will be a lot of adventures on the horizon because we're going to see new innovations in future energy, quantum tech, embodied AI, brain-computer interfaces, and 6G.
Because there is a huge dynamic momentum in the ecosystem of innovation in China that we are trying to capture.
Because some technology, some innovation, some products are not only to be made for the local market, but are also to be made for the outside.
This year, it looks like AI is going to be far more than just my personal tutor. China intends to advance and expand its AI Plus initiative, promote the faster application of new generation intelligent terminals and AI agents, and encourage the large-scale commercial application of AI in key sectors and fields. For me, focusing on investing more in people is a big deal in the government work report. As an ad, it's really nice to see the boost in education and childcare. Last year's introduction of the free preschool education policy came as a huge relief. Plus, it's great to see upgrades coming for China's silver economy. Amid intensifying global trade protectionism and unilateralism, China is injecting confidence into the world through its commitment to greater opening up.
I mean, because it's so rapidly growing, it's the most internationalized major economy in the world.
This year, China will deepen the reform of the institutional framework for promoting foreign investment. It will open wider to the outside world with efforts to expand market access and open up more areas, particularly in the service sector.
The 2026 reality is really progress. Streamlined market entry, stronger IP protection, and better alignment with international standards, leveling the playing field for everyone.
Now, green development is not a new addition to the government work report, but it's always a welcome one. This year, China plans to cut around 3.8% in carbon dioxide emissions per unit of GDP. This sure will create new opportunities for international partners who want to collaborate on climate solutions.
China is a leader in renewables, for example. By far the leader in the world in terms of renewables that's being deployed, and it's because you have a long-term strategy and long-term thinking.
Green energy and the emphasis on that has always been part of China's program, and it continues to be, and setting ambitious but realistic goals is part of the whole program.
Development always has its ups and downs. China is gearing up to face challenges directly and protect against economic risks. Taken together, these priorities offer a clear picture of China's economic direction. Whether you're an investor, a business owner, or just someone who enjoys living here, understanding the report means understanding the direction of the world's second largest economy and the opportunities that lie ahead.